Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
And slid down so we can see a red suitcase right here for law enforcement if they're watching and you guys would like to come back here. Of her being out here. So this is what we're doing today. We will see you guys back here real soon. So we're here still in the area. Oh gosh, this is slippery. This is so slippery right here. But look how fast this water is moving. It's not that, it's shallow. You can see how shallow it is, especially about at least 3 to 4 feet from the edge. We don't know the depth in right slap dead in the middle. But if there was something like a shirt or other evidence, this would have been washed away. So we'll probably, they'll probably want to check wherever this leads to see if anything's caught on anything downstream. It's the opposite direction than we're going. But I did want to just point out, like, this is a path. So we heard Layla Santanello had no shoes on when she showed up to the creamery. We're backtracking from the creamery, hopefully back to AmeriCorps Hotel. And this kind of explains why she didn't need, she could walk without shoes. She wasn't actually walking, most likely. Let's say most likely. She was most likely not walking in the woods to the creamery. She most likely got from the woods onto this path and took it to where she needed to go. There's a fence, so I don't see her climbing over the fence to get back here. So there was another way she got back here. Yeah, we can eliminate this specific here. So this is a path that keeps you out of the, and it looks like somebody made this specifically to keep you out of the water.
Let's see if there's a hole in the fence.
In the fence line.
In the fence line.
Yeah. All right, so we made it to the fence. Oh. The fence, I see the fence over here, and it goes at an L, like maybe 25 or 50 feet this way. It goes back, and I bet you that's the hotel right there that I'm seeing. I think we found it. Oh, this makes a lot more sense. There it is. Holy crap. And here's a bunch of woods behind AmeriCorps. This makes sense. Here we go.
Bye, and I said, have you lost something? And she said, no, I was wanting a cigarette. And I just said, oh, and she said, you have a nice day. And I said, well, you have a nice day too. I walked on in and clocked in.
Did she, some people have reported her being distraught. Did she appear to be distraught? Did she appear to have any kind of medical issues?
Not a thing, and I could tell her eyes looked clear. She wasn't talking slurred or anything. I called the TBI guy. They came out here about, I don't know, Monday before last, he left a note on my door to call him, and I told him the very same thing.
Yeah.
She was barefooted, and she had on a white T-shirt, and there was, I just told him, I said, I believe she slept over there in that grass because she had mud on each shoulder. It looked like clay mud to me.
And she just had a look of terror. So a lot of people saw her. Yeah. We were concerned only by her behavior.
Layla Santanello has been missing since June 27, 2023, with no answers. So we hit the streets of Kingsport, Tennessee, posting flyers and searching for answers. And that's when we came across a witness at the AmeriCorps Hotel.
Yeah, I was just sitting out front like I normally do. I talked to my neighbors and I had noticed her throughout the day. Just going from the laundry room, kind of hiding. Unfortunately, it's an almost everyday occurrence. Sometimes on the back, we'll have leads that come. They were kind of driving to the parking lot. So I thought maybe she was hiding from them.
Okay.
Not wanting to talk to anybody. So a lot of people saw her. As far as someone like me, like a parent, we were concerned always by her behavior. So when she actually ran past me, there's another corridor by my room. She ran through that, and I kind of got up and tried to get in her way. I said, "Hey, do you need help?" She was like, "No," and just kept running. And she just had a look of terror
On her face. But you didn't see anybody chasing her? You didn't see anybody really around or anything like that?
She knew they were out here, and she would come.
Gotcha. But police were around here at the time, and you thought that she was that, but
I thought it was that,
it might not have been. Well, God bless you for taking the time to identify that something looked of concern, because this is really going to help.
There were other people that did it. I have a good friend, her husband. He too came out and said, "My wife will help you, we'll talk to you." She fell running from him too.
Wow.
And that's when she headed off into the woods when she was starting that she was found.
Yeah, we found a campsite out there. We talked to a gentleman that said that she was, he saw her around 7:38 a.m., and he tried to help her,
There are gang members here. And if she could have been on something, the old saying goes, if you owe the money.
Yeah. So there's other possibilities.
And if you're a young blonde, we all know the circumstances around that. I still would have been willing to help her.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would have stuck her in the room. I would have found somebody to help her.
Yeah. If you have any information about Layla Santanello, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'm unsure why we haven't heard about this case sooner. This is a case of a 25-year-old and her daughter missing. Makayla Wilkerson is a 25-year-old mother of a 3-year-old beautiful daughter. Like many of the cases that I choose to cover and bring attention to, I received an email related to this case because it wasn't getting enough attention. Makayla, 25-year-old, and her daughter, 3-year-old Malaya, have been missing since July 28th from Berkeley, Missouri. So again, this is my biggest concern. We have a beautiful young woman, 25-year-old, and her 3-year-old daughter missing for almost a month, and we're just now learning of this story. Her family is expressing it's not like her. She's goofy. She's a smart individual. Like it's not like Makayla at all. Her cousin states in this article, and to law enforcement as well as other news outlets, that this is not something that she would do. She just doesn't disappear. They're screaming and trying to get attention to this case. Something is majorly wrong, and we're just now hearing about it. So please, if you have seen either one of these girls, either the 25-year-old mom, Makayla, or 3-year-old Malaya, you are asked to call in any tip or leading to their whereabouts. This is a concern for many people. Enough time has passed that it is of great concern now. We need to find both of these individuals. So the major question is, what happened to Makayla and her daughter?
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. For those that were able to make it to church this morning, God bless you. Ruby, I saw you in there. I saw you say hi, so I wanted to say hi back. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I just wanted an opportunity. I can't really stay long. I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to a movie. Today is National Cinema Day, so I got my $4 ticket to go watch a movie. Any movie I could watch for $4 today. So I will be heading out to have dinner with friends and go out and watch a $4 movie on National Cinema Day. So I'm super excited about that. And I just wanted an opportunity to really showcase a couple cases this morning. Or this afternoon, we're still, looking for answers, any answers. We're starting our Dollar Will Do campaign for Layla Santanello's family, their GoFundMe page. And basically, it's just, a crowdfunding resource. A dollar will do. A lot of people don't have $20, $30 to donate, but they have $1. And so a dollar will do. And anybody that would like to donate, I put that in the description coming into this show this afternoon. I'm so used to the coffee club. It's hard doing Sundays because I don't normally do Sundays. And we had another case that kind of was sent to me by another person that watched here. And I was looking into the case and I'm like, holy smokes, they haven't found her. And she's been missing with her 3-year-old daughter for a month, like today or yesterday. 28 days has definitely went by, and this beautiful girl and her 3-year-old daughter is nowhere to be found. And I'm thinking, how in the world do we miss something like that, where a woman and her young daughter, just poof, vanish off the face of the earth, and there's nothing out there about her. So definitely we'll be advocating for her as well. Not quite sure what all we can do. I'm just now getting involved in the case to the point where I'm just looking into it, right? I haven't really done a whole lot outside of make a video and bring awareness to her case. And it's just a really bizarre case, and I don't know anything about it. There's not really a whole lot of news articles on it, but she definitely needs some avocation, much like Layla Santanello did and does. So I just wanted an opportunity to come in and say hi to everybody. I'm not going to be able to stay long. Like, I'm literally leaving in about another 15 minutes to start packing up and getting out of here. So it's nice to see you, Robin, JJ, Stacy, Ruby, Carla. It's nice to see you. I hope everybody is doing well. Mike, it's nice to see you. I think a cop did it. I think a cop did it. Did what? Like for Makayla? Or are you talking about Layla? Because the whole situation with Layla is bizarre because it for all intents and purposes doesn't, people could tell that there was something going on, but she wouldn't tell anybody anything, right? So I'm just hopeful that somebody comes forward in her case. Somebody knows something. And you don't need to worry about a fear factor or anything else like that. You don't have to worry about, if somebody's concerned about their well-being coming forward, don't worry about it, because it could have been you. It could have been somebody you knew, and you needed somebody that has a backbone and some kahunas to come forward and talk to, people. And again, if you're scared, find somebody to help you go through the process, but answers need to be had in Layla Santanello's case. Somebody knows something. I believe in my heart of hearts that somebody picked her up in a vehicle. And if anybody knows who picked her up in that vehicle, come forward. If anybody loaned a vehicle to a friend around that time that knows Layla Santanello, by all means, come forward. Come forward. You need to say something. Don't keep that in. There's no point. It doesn't matter what your lifestyle is. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you've done. No, they don't care. These aren't the missing person police. These aren't the drug police. They don't give a crap. So, if you got some information, come forward, because you would want somebody to do that for you, or somebody that you know and love. And you've got to be that someone for the people that know and love Layla. So come forward. Somebody knows something. There's a lot of information out there on those streets. And I know that because I was out on those streets just a few short weeks ago. Somebody needs to come forward and say what they know. And I hope that they really do, because again, all of us, a lot of us in this chat come from different backgrounds. We come from different financial situations, from different creeds, colors, religions, right? We come from different countries. We come from a lot of different things. But the one thing that we all have in common is this could have been us, and we know somebody that's struggling right now. This affects everybody. This is a colorblind disease that has no prejudice whatsoever. It's ready to sink anybody's boat, right? And this young girl is missing. And, there is that possibility of her being mixed up into something she shouldn't have been mixed up in. And we just need to help her. And we need to help her family. So $1 will do. $1 will do. We've done extensive work out there. God bless her family, all of her family. I haven't had an opportunity to speak with her father's side of the family, either. So it doesn't really matter. And it doesn't really matter even if, and this is what I get so frustrated when I hear, like, there wasn't a good relationship between this person and the family and that person and the family. When somebody loses their life, or somebody's missing, or, you have a major life change and something goes on at a catastrophic level, such as a missing daughter, those things are usually to the wayside. But what ends up happening is the parent that, may have been not as present in the person's life, almost I don't know how to explain it for it not to sound like odd, but they're so grief stricken that they overdo stuff. You know what I'm saying? They overdo stuff. And I don't know if that's the case. It's just that I feel that the situation with the mom and the father and the stepmother and everything like that, I really don't know a whole lot about it. But it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot of communication between them. So sometimes these things kind of bring you together when you need to get some information. But there's a lot of times that it further disintegrates that relationship, so there's no communication there. And, both sides have to kind of do their own thing. And I think that that's kind of where we are with this. I know that people are saying that there is a private investigator for the father. From my understanding, that private investigator is really not doing a whole lot, or if they are, they're communicating only with the father. It's not the client of the mother, and the mother is the one with the granddaughter and taking care of the, Layla's responsibilities in all of this, so she's taking care of all of that. And I just think that I don't want to get into the whole, who's doing what thing. All I know is this is what this family needs, and this is what we're looking to achieve. We need to raise a reward fund. Obviously, when I started working on reaching out to entities, government entities such as Crime Stoppers and things like that, you don't get really anywhere. It was at the end of the week. So I'm hoping that we start getting some calls back like Monday or Tuesday and can start figuring out what process we need to go. Do we need I'm not getting clear answers. And it's not like we've done this really that much before. We don't, usually the police take care of like getting a reward fund and stuff like that. But in this case, I don't see why that has not already been done, because we're missing a girl. She's been gone for a significant amount of time. Their, leads are, according to the mother, are drying up. And so when leads start drying up, the next step, at least the next step we've all watched over and over again, is trying to get some resources together for a reward to kind of elicit people to talk, whereas it's not fruitful for them. They're so scared of what to do. But when they have an opportunity to get $2,500 and they can move out of that area and move into a nicer place and start their life over again, they might be all over that, right? If it's $5,000, even more, if it's $10,000, you're talking about an area that is ripe for information, has definitely people not wanting to talk about certain things.
And I just feel like this would be an incentive. And obviously not just me. I mean, obviously the parents were thinking about it long before this, but an incentive nonetheless for somebody to come forward. And it needs to be an incentive that their fear, their fear goes away, right? But that's the kind of situation that we are dealing with at this moment in Kingsport. But I do believe that there are people that know something. Somebody loaned somebody a car, somebody overheard a conversation, some of those things. I just really believe there is information out there that somebody does have. Hey, Justice Jane, the real Me Too. Oh my gosh, we're getting so nervous. We got two major people in here that are going to be, and I don't want to throw their business out there, but I'm going to throw their business out there just a little bit, okay? We've got two people that are very near and dear to me. One that's one of my mods, and one that is just a wonderful, loving supporter and a dear friend of me. Both having surgery in September, both of them. One, it's coming up very, very soon. And the other one, I don't think we know exactly the specific date yet. But this September, we need to really be praying for our own here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. They are coffee clubbers, and they are going to be, undergoing surgery. And let's face it, no matter what surgery you undergo, it is a dangerous procedure. Anything can go wrong with the anesthesia, with everything. So we just want to make sure that we uplift our fellow clubbers with, love and support and prayers this month. And obviously for a speedy recovery as well. Yes, we've got Miss Robin is reminding us all that we have horrible weather in the Gulf. It's kind of crazy because I have been so busy, guys. I swear to you, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous profession. I have been so busy that I didn't even realize there was a storm coming. Didn't even realize. Had no earthly idea. And people in the mod chat, and of course I haven't been checking so much because I was on the road, and then I was, I had to try to catch up on all the cases and this, that, and the other, and I'm lost in on that, right? Brian Kober's case is like, boom, like it's going to be slow. Like we're going to be monitoring it, but it sounds like they're trying to, wrestle with the public or the press again, Good Lord. Like they act like the judge said that they can't exclusively just focus on Brian Koberger. He never said they couldn't do it at all. Like I could see if she had hours of nothing but, Brian Koberger, but that's not the case. We watch the videos. They're mostly on the proceedings and occasionally get over there and scroll into him or her and back up and go back to the stuff. So it's almost like she's lashing out because she didn't get her way with the stay, No, I wasn't trying to rhyme, but it's true. She didn't get her way with the stay, so now she's trying to lash out and punish the media, right? Because apparently when somebody goes to court in the United States, apparently we're not even supposed to breathe their name. It's like, it's almost comical how this is, like we can't even breathe their name. And then you take that, throwing it out, it's like you're just asking for disaster. The public has a right to know this is a man's life. Now, granted, you may have a guilty client. That's not my problem. It's not the press's problem. You have an opportunity to give him an alibi. You failed. You have an opportunity to do a host of things to help him, and you fail. So it's not our fault that we have brains and we can see that this is a problem for the defense, and that a normal person that is not guilty of a quadruple homicide can formulate an alibi, even if they're by themselves in this day and age, right? With our technology, our phones, our cars, everything. The problem is technology is putting him at the scene of the crime. Sorry, Miss Ann Taylor, don't be beating up the press because of it. We didn't do it, but we damn sure have a right to report on it. Just say it, right? And then, of course, Rex Heuermann in the scary revelation that one young girl that was graduating her high school, and her mom brings this guy. She sees a picture of this guy and says, oh my gosh, that is the man that I last saw with my mother before she disappeared. He took me to the nail salon in a first generation Chevy Avalanche. Holy smokes, right? The realization of that. Can you imagine? Like, I really just can't imagine the thought of somebody. Oh, thank you, Roxy. Oh, and a member for 9 months. God bless you. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I kind of just scrolled to the bottom here. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you. God bless you for that. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. And then you've got this, I don't know, just to think of a guy, the brazenness, the absolute brazenness. Hold on. What does it say? What was that? Did I get my... Is there something going on in here that I'm not aware of? Where is sickly? Let me go ahead. I don't know if Gypsy Soul. I mean, you're making some really weird stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and block this person. If you feel I blocked you for an inappropriate reason, just reach out to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. And it just looks like you're in here antagonizing people. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you're doing, but just in an abundance of caution. So it's not like a big deal if you did nothing wrong. I'll make sure you're unblocked on the next one. Either way, can you imagine, like, you're the happiest time? So it doesn't sound to me, it doesn't sound like she had the best relationship with her mother potentially, and her mother comes and says, oh, I'm going to take you out for your graduation, I'm going to take you and get your nails done, and she comes with this guy, and this guy is basically telling her that I'm going to marry your mother, I've got several houses, you can come and do your stuff on, your graduation party on my boat with your friends, and let me go take your nails. So it just seemed like all of this, and the only reason why I think that this girl, she must not have had a good relationship with her mom, because I keep thinking about, like, how you didn't know him before this one time he comes to your graduation, and then boom, mom shows up with some guy and they're getting married. That's just, I don't know if that's necessarily the facts of the case, but when I hear that, my brain starts working, and that's how it processes it, because I'm thinking, if somebody comes to my graduation with my mom, right, proclaiming to love her and about to marry her, I'm pretty sure I've met this person several times, before this, if I have this, because my mom and I talk, and especially back at that age, 16, 17, 18 years old, I talk to my mom very regularly, probably, hey, Matt, it's nice to see you, probably, multiple times a day. I'm probably one of those people that, like my little sister, that calls her and freaks out over everything. Like, do I look good? Is my hair okay? Like, right? Oh my gosh. I think the reason why I'm so fond of Olivia is because she reminds me of my little sister so much. I mean, and it was so funny because my little sister and Olivia they've talked on the phone, but they have never, met in person. And so we were coming back. I can't remember what it was. I think it was, we were coming back from our trip, and, my little sister was down here. I didn't get to see her, but to take her out to lunch, or to go out to lunch with her and my mom, like one time the week that she was here, because we had to travel. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, Sissy, I'm so sorry. I'm just coming back in. And she's literally flying out the next day, and we're not even to South Carolina yet. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to see her until she flies back out. And, but it was so funny because they were on the phone together, and they were just having this conversation, and I'm like, they both sound alike. like, oh my goodness. And it was like the light bulb that went off, and it's like, okay, and her mom, oh my gosh, Mom and Mama Bullhorn, they would have so much fun together. Like, we should really get Mom and Mama Bullhorn on the road with us. Like, they would, because they're both the same. They're both clean. They're overly clean, right? Olivia and I have the same type of mom. Like, we never had to do for anything. When we lived with them, we didn't wash our clothes. We didn't wash our clothes. We didn't put our clothes away. What are you talking about? Mom did all that, right? Mom did all that. And God loved moms. Mom stopped. Like, by the time I was 15, my mom didn't tell me to clean my room anymore because she knew she'd have to go in there and pull everything out from under my bed and put it away herself. Anyways, you guys know you have children like me. Quit lying. Quit lying. Quit lying. I know somebody is in this room right now nodding their head yes. I know that for a fact. I know that. And they're like, yeah, she's talking about my kid. I hear ya. I don't have ESP, but I'm telling you, the noise I'm hearing in my ears right now and all this silence is a lot of noddings and like laughing. I hear you guys chuckling. I hear ya. I hear you chuckling back there. So, anyways, long story short, it was, but you know, I really wish that the domestic, I think the undertone of all of this, even now, even with this new case, this young mom and child, even though I don't even have one iota of information, it's hard not for my brain straight to go to, who was she dating? You know, what person was she with? You know, who's the child's father? Because we know statistically that's most likely the situation, because us as human beings seem to be able to do some of the most despicable and the depraved to the people that we claim to love the most and want to protect and help the most, and it comes not to be true. So, you know, and not that Makayla's case is like that. It's just that it's hard when you start hearing about this that you don't like. It's hard not to go straight there. Even with Layla's case, Makayla and Layla, right? What are the odds of that? But even there, it's just, even at the beginning when we were hearing about this case, one of the first things we ask is, what's the boyfriend out there? Does she have a boyfriend? Who was she around? You know, it's always that, because statistically, that's what it always comes back to, is that it was somebody that we trusted and loved that did the most depraved thing to us. So it's really scary out there for us. And then we find out, like I was just running a news article, a news clip on that grandfather that was a family friend. The mom knew this guy for a year before, you know, and she was at the grocery store, and he said, let me just take her over to the park. She'll have fun. Let me get her out of your hair. And the lady's like, sure, I'll be. And then she just kept waiting and thinking that, you know, this can't be true, you know, that this guy didn't take off. And by the time they found him, he's coming back to Manhattan with the girl, and he had done some unthinkable things to this little 5-year-old girl. And it's just sad. It's sad because it truly is. And I hear rain. Olivia! I hear rain. I hear rain. Oh, crap. I gotta go. Guys, it was real. It was fun. And it was real fun. I will be back. Most likely dropping another video. Like, I hope you like my little short videos. I've been doing a lot on TikTok, but I realized that the people on TikTok aren't the people on YouTube. So I've been trying to make sure that I'm uploading the stuff that I put on TikTok here on YouTube, so you guys get to see the work. I mean, I work literally all day, and it's been really nice being back on TikTok and the love and support. Like, I'm getting close to crossing over 93,000 over there, and that's just from, you know, I stopped at like 73,000. I stepped away for almost a year and a half on TikTok and focused primarily here on YouTube, but now I kind of got a system down, and I've been going to both, and of course we've been doing really well. Let me just see what this is on my. So we just crossed over 93,000 subscribers. So we have increased just in the last 30 days, 20,000 new subscribers on TikTok. And it's really been nice. It's been nice being back over there. dropping some videos. I really don't do lives over there. You guys get me over here for all that. I give you guys live updates. I don't really do a whole lot of lives on TikTok, but I do like their video editing software. I have to say, unfortunately, it doesn't comport to, you know, the wide angle on YouTube. So that's why I try to be a little creative without having put a whole lot of extra work in reconstructing the videos for the format. So I'll just keep working at it, and I just hope that, you know, but at the end of the day, most of this is just getting the messages out to you, getting the information out to you, getting the stories out to you, and that's been doing really well. So thank you guys. You guys rock. I'll be back before the end of the night, like after my movie, because I got to be honest with you. Well, I don't want to tell anybody where I'm going. Good God, we'll have our stalkers. So I will tell you guys where I've been, what I watched, when we get done. So I love you guys. Have a great and amazing evening, and I'll be back tonight. And I'll try not to step on any of my creators' toes. So if I see somebody, a friendly out there that's live when I get back here, I'll withhold the live. And if I just can't wait, we'll start early first thing Monday morning and kick it off. So guys, God bless. Go make it a great Sunday. And don't forget to hold your family tight today and give them a big hug and a kiss. And for all my family that I don't get to see on a regular because I have been so extremely busy, don't forget that I love you very much and you mean the world to me. And thanks for putting up with my crap, right? Thanks for putting up with my crap. I appreciate you for that. God bless.